What is going on, YouTube? Justin here, back at it again with another video. Another night ride. I'm back on this Qlife. We're at a full charge. A rider in mode 5. Once again. Since we're on a full charge, it's last us a while. I'm gonna bring our hoodie here. And I'll be, I see the light, I know. Probably shouldn't have turned it on in here. Pulled the Miata up because I've got some plans for it. I got a couple video plans. I gotta fix some stuff on it. All that. It's gonna be a couple weeks until I get to it, but just put it up there for now. Just checked all the things over. I mean, the goal with this thing now is it's gonna be a driveway ornament, basically. So yes, it still runs and drives. Look at those two ducks. How did those get here? But yeah, it's gonna be worked on. I'm gonna be working on it. Gotta fix some things. Gotta fix this turn signal light. Bulb is out. So we're gonna fix that. Obviously, I gotta paint it again or wrap it. I'll probably be doing a wrap eventually. And I'm gonna think a good year or two from now, we'll get a hard top. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this soft top. Like one downside to parking it there. Okay, a couple drinks, a couple sips before we hit it. And hopefully in the next 1-2 years this thing will be done and finished the way I want it. Within the next 1 to 2 years. It's probably going to be 2 to 3 years, but once I get the funds to finish the build, it's going to be expensive. But I really want to be able to complete this project. I want new wheels. I'm going to finish up the interior how I want it. We're going to get the wrap done, the paint better, whatever. Hard top, turbo kit, all that stuff. The only reason why I want to do a turbo is because that's my dream. Not to go fast. It's not intended to go fast with the turbo. I just want the turbo. We'll just do a cheaper kit. And it'll also maximize miles per gallon and cool turbo whistles, but we're not going to be doing any speeding or nothing. There's a lot of plans for it. I just don't know if it's ever going to happen, and let alone when I'll get around to it. But she's still here. She's still running and driving and alive. Not getting rid of the thing. Truck's doing great. So in the next 2-3 years, hopefully she'll be done and I'll be able to eventually also, like, I'm thinking like taking it to car shows. It's kind of going to be strictly a car to take to shows and events and stuff. So once I get it looking right and looking pretty again, in the next 2-3 years, hopefully if everything goes smoothly, I'll be able to trailer it to events and stuff. I'll rent a U-Haul trailer or something and throw it on there or something. Throw it on the back of the truck and that's the plan, maybe. We'll see if everything goes as planned, and things with it. I want to go to Gothenburg so bad with it if it winds up still being a thing later on. I know this last year's show was really bad. It was a bust, but maybe within the next 2-3 years there'll be a a better scene. And I'll trailer it over there, Gatlinburg. I know there's a lot of other shows other than just Gatlinburg for stand scene. There'll be a lot of other events to go to. So yeah, hopefully we'll see. I don't know. I have a lot of plans, but plans never usually go through because money's going elsewhere. I really don't want to put like hundreds and thousands of dollars into this thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not like as in I'm not doing a full like motor swap or anything right now. If I get monetized and I wind up getting enough money off of YouTube, yeah, sure, I'll do like a SR20 swap or something. But the 1.8, the little 1.8 with a turbo would be perfect. It'll maximize fuel efficiency. So, and I'll hear the turbo spool up, get a good blow off though for it. But the goal is not to go fast. That'll be for the track. Yeah, this thing is running really good though. This thing is holding up well. 232 miles on this thing. Eventually I need to start practicing some wheelies. It'll do it. It's just, when am I gonna, because I know I'm gonna loop if I try wheelies right now. Eventually. I could make it a track car, but it's potential, but there's so many rules and regulations that you have to follow in order to take the Miata to the track. It's honestly not really something I'm looking into because of money. It would cost me a lot of money to get that thing track ready. So, if I want to, maybe, but paying to take it to a track, I don't know. I'm just not really about that. My dream is to stance it. I really want to have a drift style stance, but I'm a low and slow guy, and the track can be really expensive, so I'll probably just do the stance build with the turbo to maximize miles per gallon. Like a lot of people would have a goal with the turbo, like I said in the beginning, for going fast, or like to assume that it would be for going fast. No, the turbo would be maximize the fuel efficiency, and because the turbo sounds good, and I've honestly always wanted a turbo the Miata. I've always wanted a turbo Miata. Like I already have the Miata. I've already got the 1.8, which the 1.8 is a perfect motor for the turbo. That's actually also why I bought that one, was because it has the 1.8 liter in it. The 1.6 liter is garbage. So because it's the 95 1.8, it'll be a perfect turbo. It'll be the perfect engine for a turbo. Yes, it's got high miles, but it'll handle boost. It'll handle it'll handle 4 to 6 pounds. It'll handle 4 to 6 pounds without it blowing, as long as I get tunes right. As long as I put a good ECU with a good tune, shipped ECU with a good tune, and I'll be good. I mean, it should not blow up on me, especially because I don't really beat on the thing, and the goal wouldn't be to beat on it. It wouldn't blow up. So yeah, that'll probably be a good idea in the future for the channel. Turboing that thing would be really easy too. I mean, for me, I'm good with my hands, and I'm good with that thing. I've done all the research I could, so I mean, you know, turboing that thing for me is not going to be very hard. It'd be a very easy project. Although I'm not the best at welding, that's not really my thing, and me wanting to JB weld or flux core the oil pan bung is not going to be a good idea. So I'll probably have a shop do that. Like, I'll take off the oil pan, or maybe order a race pan and have them weld the oil pan bung on there for the return line, the oil return line for the feed line. If I do wind up going the turbo route. Hopefully my keys didn't fall out. I don't remember if I brought them or not. Let's go back this way to make sure they didn't. Because if they did, that would suck. Let's actually go back to, I think I forgot to bring them. Hopefully we did not drop them there. I'm gonna be so pissed if we did. Okay. I didn't hear them fall. I think I just left them at home, but we'll run back this way and make sure we can drop them. Shoot. I think I just forgot them. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, if I did drop them, they're not going far. I don't think anybody's going to pick them up, so we're going to run back to the house really fast and see if they're there. And if they're not there, then we'll find them. I'll find them pretty easily. But yeah, it'll be other than oil pans, feed oil return line, everything will go smoothly and easily. Like I said, I could weld it. I'm just not the greatest welder, and I want it done right. And flux core isn't really something that you'd use for that. So that being said, I'll probably have a shop do that once I take off the oil pan, because I'll have to take the oil pan off to put the return line in and weld it. So yeah, and there's a couple shops around here that are fairly reputable that would do that. So, but yeah. So potentially, if everything goes to plan and smoothly, which it never does with that car, but if everything goes to plan, there'll be a lot more to the project. If not, I'm not planning on selling the Miata. Most definitely not selling the truck. That's never gonna sell. We're never selling that thing. But the Miata, if it ever does wind up, you know, with me, I'm not now, maybe like 2 to 3 years down the road, if I don't wind up building the thing, there will be a potential chance, like a 20% chance, of possibly selling the Miata. But that's only for the Miata. The truck is not gonna ever be for sale. I want to put that out now so nobody asks me. It's not for sale. The Miata is not for sale right now as well. It's not either. But if there's one thing that it would be the Miata eventually, if that's what's needed. It's not right now, so you know, I'm going to continue the potential to finish the build and keep it. But if not, I don't know. But I'm definitely never selling the truck. Truck is not for sale, so don't ask. Miata's not for sale, don't ask. So, just want to put that out there. But if I had to get rid of one, it would be the Miata. But it's not for sale, so don't ask. I just want to put that out there, that you don't want to ask me that question. That is not something to ask me. So. But as of right now, the Miata is still in the plans for continuing the build. So, you know, we'll see what happens with the build of the Miata. I do have some big plans for the truck as well. The truck has always been running and driving, but it's still always been a project because there's parts I've been adding over the course of the past 8 years and will continue to add. The dream parts that I've always wanted, and obviously the maintenance. So there's still a lot to work with on that. So yeah. Say anything else about the plans right now because the uncertainty of the Miata plans, it's just not something that I want to say I'm definitely doing and then not doing it, and you guys are like, oh, I wanted to see the build. Well, build's pretty much halfway done, so make sure I have keys somewhere. I'm sure I left them here. If I didn't, then okay, we did leave them here. We'll leave them there. Alright, good. We left them here. We left them here, guys. We're solid. Let's get a drink while we're here. But yeah. The Miata is going to stay for now. But I do have, like I said, some plans for the Miata here soon on the channel for fixing it at least. And I've got a new part for the truck coming in, like I just said. So stay tuned for that stuff. But as far as the turbo and stuff, I don't think, like I said, it's not for sale. But, you know, the turbo deal is not going to be for another 2-3 years if it still stays around. So, yeah. My truck's going to be passed down to my children, if I ever have any. That's if, you know, yeah, you know, if I get a chance in this lifetime to meet a woman, eventually, you know, get married and stuff, way later down the road. But If not, it'll be going to my little brother. Because he'll probably be a lot longer than I will be. He's 3 years and 3 days younger than I am. Pretty much exactly 3 years and 3 days apart. So he'll be along. I'll probably be gone before he will. So he'll be getting that thing. Yeah, you know. That thing will be sitting in a barn eventually, soon enough. Within the next 10 years, that thing's going to be a time capsule. It'll still drive. I'm going to still make sure it runs and drives, obviously, but that's the goal. Hopefully with the Miata, hopefully same with the Miata. Like I said, I don't want to get rid of that thing, and it's not for sale. So I'm going to keep saying it, don't ask. You know, it's hopefully a project that'll be around for a long time as well. Another bug in my ear. 237 miles on this thing, you guys. That is insane. Running like a top. But yeah, no, I shouldn't have to sell. The reason why the Miata, I shouldn't have to. That's why I'm just saying, obviously it's not yet. But once I'll eventually obviously have to get out of my parents at some point. So whenever I get out of my parents, within the next, 4 or 5 years, so I'll probably wind up leaving. And if I do find a place for it, hopefully I should be able to, then I'll keep it. If not, then the Miata is going to have to go, probably, unless they let me keep it there, which I don't know if that would happen, or I don't think they'd like that. If I left the house, they'd probably want me to take everything with me. So it would obviously either have to stay or go. The truck's staying, like I said, regardless. I'm going to figure out a spot for that. That's going with me wherever I go. But yeah, so hopefully, like, I'll have like a garage for the Miata. Truck can be outside. I don't really care, but eventually I'll have to put her in a garage or a storage unit or something. Or, you know, rent a spot somewhere. I mean, you can do that, but those aren't cheap. So once I get out of my parents and buy my own house and stuff, I'll have to find a spot in the house that I get for it. I'm gonna make sure I get out of that house that doesn't have HOA. You best believe I'm not living in no damn HOA. It's like a place of my own. Yeah, that's not anytime soon. I gotta save. I would like to save up first. Be smart about it and save my pennies as much as I can. Be as realistic as possible. You know, I've got time. My parents have given me time, so thankfully, very grateful and fortunate for them. So, super grateful. See if we can get 300 out of this thing before the end of this month. It's the 28th, so we probably won't get 350, but we might be able to get 300. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, in the next 8 years or so, or hopefully before that, but hopefully within that time frame, the off-grid won't be too, like, hopefully it'll stay around. Hopefully I'll be able to get something off-grid a little bit. Well, not off-grid necessarily, just outside of the city. You know, outside of this is the city, man. I'm done with the city. Like to be at least an hour from the city, maybe 30 minutes to an hour from the city for this, because, or, you know, not too far from, you know, not completely off grid, because, you know, that's not really, for me at least, it's not me, but not city either. I don't want to be in this anymore. But not anytime soon. Like I said, I'm gonna wait a little while. Nice rolling stop, you dumbass. Nice rolling stop, bitch. Get your license from Timo. You suck. You know, I really want to have some more interesting topics to talk about, and I want to work on not repeating myself. It's really hard to like talk to this camera because it's easy for me to talk to a person, right? Like if I'm talking to like a friend or something, I'm not going to repeat. Ooh, it's getting right by sprinklers. So thankfully this thing's waterproof. So, like, it's really easy for me to do that, of course, right? Let me dust you guys off. But, like, with this camera, as you'll notice, I have a really hard time with not repeating something that I just talked about. Like, I keep repeating the same topic over and over and over again. And, honestly, even myself watching it kind of gets annoying and frustrating because it's hard. So I want to say something because it's kind of awkward when it's silent. And I want some cool topics now to talk about, kind of like the Miata. But, like I said, I'm doing it again. I repeat myself. It's really hard to have a conversation on a screen like this, especially like phone calls and stuff. Like, it's really hard. I like being like in person. It's easy to talk, like with a person that I'm close to or something, for example. Other people are not so much. Being an introvert, I don't really like talking, but I don't repeat myself like this all the time, and it's hard because it's weird to me. Like, I'm not usually like this. But it, I guess, makes me, I don't know, like, it's not uncomfortable. I'm getting used to it over the past couple of years, but, like, the past 3 years I've been on here. But I want to find more interesting topics to talk about, or, like, when I take you guys to trails or something, or, like, other places. Like, I'm thinking of taking you guys to some historical landmarks and stuff. And eventually, when that time comes around, maybe I could tell you guys a little bit of the history about where I'm riding it, you know, this thing or whatever, and not repeating myself with the same thing over and over again, keep going back to it. I got to work on that with this, so I keep the vlogs interesting. It's something I'm also going to talk about outside of this vlog, because I know a lot of people aren't watching them yet, which is okay. You don't have to. No one has to watch my videos. Especially because I know a lot of them are long and kind of boring for a lot of people. Not everybody's interested, and that's fine. I'm just saying, for people who might want to grab an interest with these videos, I'm going to work on not repeating myself like I have in all of these. All of these videos. I'm doing it in this one too. I don't like keeping my mouth shut. I like talking in these vlogs. It's something I like to do. It's something I enjoy. I do enjoy repeating it over and over again, but once I watch it too, it gets a little tiring. I would like to keep talking, but I want different topics. So eventually I would like to do some Q&As once more people grab interest on this channel. And internet, a lot of things, you know. I'm happy to answer a few questions on the internet. When it comes down to public, it's none of your fucking business, you know, but too many people asking questions. But, like, when it comes down to, like, asking about the truck on the internet and stuff, sure, that's cool. But, like, in person, I'm a little tired, no disrespect, I'm so tired, you know. I'm trying, but, you know, I'd like to, you know, I'd rather not have full-blown conversations with people anymore. I just want my girlfriend and then everybody else to leave me alone. But that's the thing, I don't have a girlfriend. That's my problem too, is I would like someone. I would like a woman, you know, and I feel like, I don't know. I find it weird that, you know, I find it weird that not one's interested. I shouldn't have to ask for attention from one woman. I shouldn't have to say anything to get some attention from one woman. There's plenty, that's my problem. There's too many women that know who I am. You know, I might not know a whole lot, but I know for a fact there's a lot. After all of the research I've done on my analytics, on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all of my feeds, and all of my videos, there's definitely, most of my viewers are men, but there's like 37% women looking at my Instagram account, whether they're scrolling right past it or not. It says 37% in my viewing. So there's definitely within the age range of 18 through 24. So because I'm 23, that's what I'm saying. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not asking for a million women. I just want one woman to talk to. That's, you know, I guess that's too much to ask. But someone that's actually interested. I don't want someone that's not, you know, I don't want someone that's going to waste my time. Or I'm not going to want to waste their time. It needs to be mutual. And within my age. But anyways, that is it for today's vlog. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.